Hey everyone, it's Crystal here. So, what can you do when you're doing so much and you feel really good about it? You have this good feeling within you, and someone comes around and bursts your bubble, and it just knocks you right over, just knocks you over like a tidal wave. This is giving control to other people. You are not in control of your own emotions. If somebody can just take away that feel good feeling that quickly and just burst your bubble. And sometimes when you're doing so much for other people, you're just assuming that people are going to notice, they're going to see what you're doing, they're going to give you recognition, appreciation. But sometimes people are, let's be honest, caught up in their own life, caught up with their own thoughts, their own problems, their own issues, their own feelings. So maybe they aren't really intentionally wanting to burst your bubble or take away your happiness. And that's giving them that control in order to take away something that you hold, something that belongs to you. And that happiness, or however you feel, shouldn't be controlled by anybody else but you. This is something that is within you. It's part of you. It's something that you give and take and can share with people. So when you're feeling like whatever situation you're caught up in, whatever situation you're dealing with, that you're feeling good, you're feeling happy, you've given all you got, you have given all your efforts, keep trying to do positive to whatever you're doing, and yet people come around and just criticize or try to take that away or maybe comment and make you feel like it's not good enough. Those kinds of thoughts and allowing someone to penetrate your feeling enoughness is truly detrimental to your own well-being and really can cause you to burn out if you can't build a strong resilience and coping skills to when somebody does make some sort of comment to you. So I'll give you an example. For instance, my own self. I'm a very empathetic person. I feel very much towards people and what they say to me, and I really let words in. And this is for everyone, by the way. Words sink into our minds and they attach to our brains, and we think about them. We replay them over and over. Tones implicate whatever they do. So there's a lot of meaning behind words when they're said. They're not just said, just the words. There's always a tone or implication or some sort of behind the scenes meaning towards them, or sorry, behind them. So that being said, for my own self, when I hear things, maybe the person doesn't mean it in a critical way. It's how my mind is interpreting these words. So yes, tone and speed and environment all play a factor, but also it's how I control my own mind and interpretation of what those words sound like. So for instance, somebody could be telling me that I need to do something better or I should do something a certain way. And for me, I'm a very independent person. I don't like to be told how to do things or what to do. So for my own self, I take that as somebody's trying to always tell me how I can do something better, or maybe I'm not doing it the right way. But rather than interpreting it that way, what I truly have been practicing to interpret things is to think about, oh, well, maybe they just have a different way, and maybe it's a better way. Why don't I try their suggestion and see if it works for me? Or maybe, thank you for your suggestion, but this is the way I'm choosing to do it, so I'm going to continue doing it this way. And just take a different approach to how these things affect you. Because regardless what you do, you can't change how people are, can't change the words that come out of their mouth, can't change their perspective. So what do? You have to change yourself and how you're interpreting the language, how you're interpreting the tone, the words that they use, and really, really try to see what they're trying to say. And is it really coming from a negative, hurtful, harsh place? And if it is, then evaluate that and deal with it and really know that that's possible. But sometimes you can take it differently. You can think about it differently, interpret it differently. And so it doesn't affect you deeply, where it strips away, it bursts your happy bubble. Because really, it's all comes down to how we take the words into our mind and how they're processing in there. And this is all based on how you grew up, the type of environment, type of language, everything that was used as you grew up and how you interpreted and saw the world. So as you age and as you grow up, these are going to be the ways that you socialize or interpret life, etc. So having that in mind, knowing that you could have a typical response that allows people to burst your bubble because this is what you know. This is what you've learned. This is where you've been at. This has been your whole life. Examples in front of you, people showing you that this is the way, this is how they dealt with things, and you start taking that all in. And then you develop your own self. You take little pages from everybody's handbooks, and it creates you. But what if you don't want those pages anymore because they're not working for you? You gotta crumple them up. Don't allow them to be a part of your book anymore. You gotta change a story sometimes. And sometimes changing the story will benefit you more than you would ever know. But you would never know unless you decided that there is another way around allowing somebody the control to modify your feelings, to take away your feelings, and to be in control of how you feel and your moods and such. So really think about that whole concept of how you can interpret things and think about how this can affect you on your daily life and actually probably improve it to benefit you so you're more resilient, more capable of dealing with whatever comes your way. So I hope you're able to get some value out of that today. I'll see you soon.